Welcome back, everybody. Laura here with you once again. So I took a look at some of my more recent videos from 5 years ago and tried to figure out as best as I could kind of where I left off and what I hadn't really done. So I figured I'd try to show like regions and areas and quests that I just, hadn't gotten to yet in the old walkthrough. So even though I'm playing a different game file right now, I'll really try and do my best here to make it happen. All right, so first things first, let's show you on the map where I'm at and what I am doing. So I launched from the Hebra Tower here, and I noticed in the walkthrough I hadn't gotten to that shrine yet, or this one for that fact. I did go up here and get that one, but I think that was just for the DLC portion that you had to do. But beyond that, I really hadn't gone anywhere up in the Hebra Mountains. So that being said, I'm going to show you kind of how to get to all these shrines. Also, there's one of those giant skeletons that you need a picture of. That's probably about, that's probably about where I'll break video and kind of continue on with the Hebra area. So for right now, we got a Korok seed on the way. Alright, so right here on that ledge is where the snowball was. And where we're heading is right down here somewhere, and this probably won't be exact, but it'll get us close. We're looking for a tent with a bunch of little snowballs in order to bust those big concrete doors open down there. And I don't believe I'm running treasure chests right now. Let's go ahead and get that rectified. And you probably noticed if you watched my Eventide video that I just put out a day or two ago, I shut off, or I turned on, I should say, all my Divine Beasts. But you can see I turned off Mipha's Grace there. And the reason being, I like to keep that one off because unless you're doing Eventide where you don't have fairies in your inventory, I much prefer the fairy system because with Mipha's Grace, you only get your life saved that one time. And then there's this, massive cooldown in order to, be able to rely on it again. So I much prefer the fairies. When you get down to 1 or 2 in your pouch, you can go to another Great Fairy Fountain, put another, 4 fairies in your pouch. I keep doing this with the map today, so let me see if I can get my mind right. So that's where them snowballs were. And I'll show you exactly where you have to place that sucker in order to get those doors open. So you see all these like ridges in the snow here. And there's only one way in. And that's this spot right here. So that thing should get going there. It'll build up a little speed, but more importantly, it'll pick up bulk and size. And it'll eventually get to the point where it'll be big enough to bust these doors down for us. Okay, so you can see in this game file that I'm playing right now, I already did all this. So let's pretend, I didn't, and that just knocked the doors down, and I just activated that travel gate there. And from here, I like to warp back up topside, just because it's quite a long climb to get out of this little valley here. Alright, so we are back up at our tower. Get my bearings here. Whoops. Yeah, so we're gonna head right over to that tall mountain peak. Kind of northwest from the tower there. You can see I've already got a treasure chest ping in there, and that's gonna be right by that flag. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and divert and hit that first. Just so I can make the beeping stop. Okay, that's a pretty good forest dweller's bows there, but yeah, I've got enough to go around. That 5-shot burst really does you good justice there. Not only that, it's good in a thunderstorm. So yeah, I'll hold on to that for the time being. Then right at the top of this little mountain peak, we'll find a Korok, and I think I already got this one in this game file, so let's pretend I'm picking up a rock here, and ha 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 ha! And just to show you on the map what we're doing, that's where he is. And that treasure chest, which I forgot to mark, was right there. Alright, so we're going to continue on to this spot right here, right by the water, because there's a way to get under this overhang here, so you can kind of minimize the damage you're going to take in that ice water. And that shrine is a blessing, so once you actually get to it, there isn't much to it other than to go in there and get your treasure chest. Getting to it really is the hard part. So what I like to do here, and that's a pretty strong current, mind you. So what I like to do is kind of get, well, let's hold off on the ice block. We're going to fly down to the little island that's sitting right there. And then we're going to make an ice block, not too close to this ceiling, because you want to be able to stand up on it. So probably right about there is good. Like I said, there's a real strong current there, so you're going to want to try to anticipate that and get out of that water as quickly as possible and try to save your heart damage here. And you can see I took quite a bit of damage doing that, so yeah, let's pretend I just activated that travel gate there. Feel free to go on in there and get your treasure. Now, there are some ways out of here. You can, you know, toss a log into the water and try to jump and stand on it, but honestly, I just prefer to warp back up to the top and do it all over again. Alright, folks, so we are back at our tower here. Once again, taking a launch from that point. And I'm just going to kind of cover this route here. We're going to be hitting some Korok seeds and some treasure here along the way. I'm going to eventually wind up here. And I don't believe I got this shrine in my walkthrough, so we'll go over there and knock that out. Then I'm going to kind of try to stick to the mountain peak region here for the most part. We're going to end up right underground here, and you can actually see it from the map, assuming you're all the way zoomed in. Those little water spots, that's ultimately where we're going to end up. And that's where that giant skeleton's going to be that you need a picture of. There's also a shrine down in there. Not a ton of treasure chests on the way. They're all kind of really sporadic and spread out a lot. So, maybe I'll just kind of point out where to go and get some of these things. And you guys can just kind of, you know, take the time to hot-foot it over there and get them on your own. But there's also some Korok seeds I need to take a moment to show you. One of them kind of being right up here somewhere. Matter of fact, it's right behind that skull. I'll go ahead and pin that. Might as well just fly down to it, it'll be much quicker. Every time I'm paragliding around in this game, I get the urge to spam the A button and get that speed boost from Tulin. Then I have to remember this isn't Tears of the Kingdom. Kind of tough to go back and forth between the games. Wow, like, some of the mechanics, especially with the runes, are just really different. Alright, and you probably hear a treasure chest beaten. That's probably going to be that skull that's right above me that I mentioned. So I'll grab it real fast. I don't think it's great loot. It's like one of those earlier, weaker game weapon type things. So we'll see here. Oh wow, that's quite a climb, isn't it? Ah, didn't make it. I thought there might have been hope there, but no such luck. There we go. Alright, so yeah, I think it's like a feathered spear or a soldier spear, just one of them weaker type deals, but yeah, that's okay. We'll get it anyway. I haven't killed some things in a while, so it'll be fun. Okay, you got an ice lizzle in there, so I like to deal with him first with fire arrow. And then I'll put the other ones on ice. Wait, why did they wake up from the frozen state? Huh. I know ice lizzles usually wake up right away because they're already cold, but I think that's the first time I've ever seen just normal enemies wake right up. Okay, yeah, so that's that feathered spear. Which, you know, it's attack power upped, it's just I have bigger and better already going here. So I'll just clear the chest for treasure hunting purposes. Alright, and that was, of course, right here. And that Korok should already be marked. Excellent. Okay, so now I'm not going to go after it because, again, it's, you know, really out of the way, but there's also a treasure chest there. I'm not going to go for it for two reasons. One, it's far, and two, it's just another forest dweller's bow. I just got a really good one from the flag over here, so if you want it, feel free. Now be careful, once you go in that skull, there's going to be a bunch of those ice walking stone thingies. So, you know, it's real easy to get frozen quickly and then beat up real fast. So be aware of that. Just lob some bombs down in there and try to take care of them as best as you can. And then there's another treasure chest, I think right about there. It's down here somewhere. And you'll have to climb back up, you know, to get back topside here. So again, just because it's kind of out of the way for brevity in the video, I'll kind of avoid that area for now. So for the time being, I'm going to hit this little land bridge right here, and there should be a Korok seed. I think it's a balloon you have to pop. No, it's a flower. There should be a balloon here. Alright, we'll figure that out here in a moment. So there's our... Oh, nuts! I almost killed myself. Ah, did it again. Whoa. Oh, that smarts. That water's just a nightmare. Okay, I must have been a little bit too low on that ledge there, so I'll get up a little higher and do it the right way. Alright, and that's where we're at for that bad boy. Now there should be a Korok seed in the middle of all this, and I think it's... Actually, I might be wrong about this, but if I'm right, you have to climb one of these dead trees. Okay, yeah, I don't think I had that right. Uh-oh, he got me. Boy, when you're just trying to mind your own business. Get up there. Oh, okay, well, I just wasted time doing that for no reason. And that guy is really not happy with me being in his backyard. Let's see if I can't find that balloon for you. No, not here neither. Huh. I know there's something here. There, treasure chest maybe? Yeah, okay. Now be careful, that's ice water, so if you miss your block, like, you know, I just did, you gotta really keep an eye on those hearts. You know, I just wanted to show you all what would happen if you did miss your ice block. and about how many hearts you can expect to lose. Just a public service I performed. Alright, so that's where he was, and I don't know, that balloon, maybe I'm just wrong and it was just that flower there. But either way, I got the Korok seed, so we are good to go. Alrighty, let's continue. Oh, there's our balloon. Ha! I knew there was a balloon. I am vindicated. Alright, so let's use a long distance bow for that bad boy. Let's not waste an ice arrow, those are precious to me. Alright, so I just had the location wrong. He is right about there. And I could have sworn there was another one you had to climb a tree for, but... Or maybe fly to. That's what it was. There should be a pedestal up here somewhere, and you have to fly to it. Or not. Hold on. I'm telling you there's a pedestal around here somewhere. Oh, big hearty radish. Score! I always take the time to melt these down just because 9 times out of 10 you're going to find some kind of loot in there. Get over there. Oh, I don't want no icy meat. Okay, but you know, there's something to be had in there if you really want your icy meat. Well, aha, yeah, okay. So I had, once again, I was kind of just a slight bit off on my location there. So that's the one I was probably thinking about. There's a dead tree there, so I'm going to climb that one too, just to make sure I'm not... Gimme, gimme. There you go. Okay, no, that's not it, because what I'm thinking of, there's only one dead tree, and that's kind of why I had the notion to climb it. So just to show you where we're going now, and there really isn't much. There's another treasure chest up here somewhere, but you know what? I'm going to kind of bypass all that and just kind of warp, since I know we have this shrine done on our walkthrough. Much quicker to get up there, and it'll really speed up the journey here. Alrighty, so we are now topside. Boy, I'm just really doing a great job today killing myself, aren't I? Okay, so now right in front of this shrine, I'll kind of point out where we're at and what we're doing. We're going to go right back here. There's a little hidden, like, alcove. And you don't really know it's even there because you've got this, like, big slab of rock kind of hiding it. So you got to go around that slab of rock, and then you'll kind of see the little... Oops, I went too far. Then you'll kind of see a little hidden area wedged in there. Tough to find, but as you can see, I just found it. And there's your Korok seed. And I'm going to go ahead and eat a speed meal just to kind of speed things up here a bit. Things are really spread out up here. So, help you all out a little bit with time. I want to say there's a gemstone here that's worth your time. Alright, I'm not dealing with this again, so let's just go ahead and kill him. I don't remember those guys being that aggressive. I guess it's really been a while. And I believe there's some more stuff to melt, kind of just right here. Kind of super convenient to get to. There's a treasure chest in one of those. And that one's clearly got a bad guy in there, so I'm not going to waste the fire arrows. I'm not sure if there's a Korok seed here. I'll double check. How tiny do we have to be? That's not my fire weapon. Alright, no Korok seed, so now you know. Alright, continuing on, and you know, there's probably other treasure chests and stuff around here, but to be honest, just kind of getting the stuff that's more convenient along the way, again, for brevity's sake. You got another, oops, got another Korok seed right here. I guess you really got to be up there to get that one. Now, there is a side quest or challenge you can do here. But boy, is it tough for me to do. I'm not a good shield surfer, so I just never bother with this one because I could never get it in the time. They never seem to be very happy with my time. It's a shield surfing kind of race. And if you really want to do it, just talk to this person right here and they'll kind of walk you through what you have to do. But they're not real clear on what you have to make the time. Like, it doesn't give you a time limit. So all I know is I tried it many, many a time and I never satisfied the character there, so I just kind of gave up on it. But anyway, it's there if you want it. Also, for you picture takers... Wow, my words are not working well today. For you picture takers out there, take advantage of all these shields and get your condominium filling up there. Alright, so that's my little spiel on the cabin. Now this shrine we did not get to in my walkthrough, so let's pretend... You know, I'm kind of just activating that travel gate there and continuing on our journey. Now, just to show you where we're at for that, that was right there under that little overhang. And we're going to continue on, just kind of sticking to the top side here. Now, if you really want to go out of your way, there is a treasure chest down there inside that skull. Pretty challenging bad boy nest there. You got a lot of archers, so just, you know, make sure you're prepared. And same thing over here, only you're going to be dealing with getting shot with a lot of ice arrows. So again, use your discretion. Make sure you go in prepared. There's also a Korok seed right there. And again, for brevity, I'm just going to kind of stick to the top here. Kind of head toward that watermark I pinned a little bit ago. Might even be another Korok seed over there somewhere. But I'm at a point in this game, and in our walkthrough I should say, where you probably really don't need a ton of Korok seeds anymore. And in case you're wondering, yes, I did, on one of my many playthroughs, actually take the time to go around and collect all 900 Korok seeds, or 950, or whatever it is. Oh, that was quite a challenge. I mean, boy, I put some time into that. Then you go back to Hestu, and you show him that you got all his Korok seeds, and he gives you what looks like the poop emoji. So it was just really like... Why did I get all these Korok seeds? I don't know. Just really not worth the time, as it turned out. Alright, there's another... I'm missing a Korok seed here somewhere. Maybe I'm not along far enough here. Keep going, see what happens. Oh, there's our treasure chest that's been pinging. Uh-oh. Don't kill me. Oh, man. Whap! That's a Dragon Bone Moblin Club, too. Owie! Alright, let's deal with these guys, since apparently I have no choice. And... I got better. Alright, so there's that. Where's that Korok seed? I must have... either past him or... Oh, I'm just not there yet. Oh, okay, I just wasn't there yet. There he is. I normally don't waste arrows on these things, I just use a bomb, but whatever. Alright, that's where he is. So now before I actually go down there, I'm going to deviate just a little bit. There's a couple of quick treasure chests we can grab. And it's not too far out of the way, so I told you I'd get the quick stuff. So just kind of head toward those, which you really can't see right now because my game is super cloudy and snowing. But there's those really massive mountain peaks, so just kind of stick to the right of those. Ah, great, these guys again. Alright, so down here somewhere, there should be a false wall to blow up. There it is. And that's where that bad boy was. There's another one right down here somewhere. Our Sheikah slate should help us find the way. Wow. Ah, nuts. And that one is really worth your time because there's a diamond in there, as you can see. Alright, so now to get back over here, I'm just going to Rivali's Gale it and get out of dodge, but that should give us enough altitude to just kind of fly over there. Or not. Now there's a couple of ice blocks that are right here, but there's nothing good in them. One is like a soldier's shield or a knight's shield, and the other one is more icy meat, so I'm just not going to bother with them. There's one of them right there, as a matter of fact. Alright, so we have made it to our pinned location. Now, this is really important, and you can actually see this from your map, which I probably said earlier, but if you're all the way zoomed in, that's what we're after, that little water spot right there. So what we're going to do, it's real important to put 2 ice blocks and kind of fill up that void. And you'll see why here in a moment. Oh, I had it there for a second. Oh, there it is again. Come on. Might be a little touchy to... Gotta be standing in just the right spot. There it is. Alright, so again, make sure you got 2 ice blocks in there so that the snowball that we're about to throw down there makes it over. And these things are tiny, or not super tiny, but make sure you don't have a fire weapon equipped, because that'll start melting them down, and then they might not build up quite enough bulk to actually knock those doors down. So don't actually throw the snowball. Use the A button to place or drop, and then that should build up the bulk it needs to knock those doors down. And as you can see, I had a successful attempt there. Save the game before you do that, just in case, you know, you waste all your snowballs and you, for whatever the reason, didn't quite get the door down. Then you can load that save point back up and give it another go. Alright, so as you can see, we have entered this massive cavern. And you and I probably should have starred the location of where those snowballs were. And there's a Korok seed in here. And it's a little bit out of the way, but since we're in here, we're gonna get it, by golly. Alright, so there's your travel gate. And this Korok seed is all the way back at the end of this dude. Oh, and don't forget your picture. I mean, yeah, you can always warp back and get it later, but you know, you're already here. Just take that picture real fast and get it out of the way. Matter of fact, while I'm yapping about it, I'm going to do just that. And it doesn't have to be perfect. As long as you've got some part of the skeleton in the picture, it will count. Alright, so here's our flower. Let's go ahead and mark that for you. And again, this one's really out of the way. They really make you work for this one. Gotta climb all over this thing to finish it off. Careful with this one, it's kind of deceiving. Looks like you can, well, maybe this isn't the one I'm thinking of. One of these, it looks like you can make the jump, but you really can't. Then you end up falling down and have to do it all over again. So just kind of take the time to get a little more altitude for this next one and kind of walk down to it. Alright, and then we got to go back up top side here. And there you have it. Alright folks, that's gone on long enough. When we come back, I'll kind of finish taking you around this Hebra area. We're going to get over here. There's another shrine over here. And some goodies. And, you know, some more Korok seeds and treasures and etc. When we come back.